So, in case you guys have not thought that we have been living in the most screwed up timeline that could possibly exist, what if I told you that there are people that think that our president, Donald Trump, is the reincarnation of King Cyrus and is a biblical prophet? I shit you not. That is what their people are saying. In case you don't know, King Cyrus was the Persian king who defeated the Babylonians and allowed the Israelites to return to Jerusalem. And ever since Donald Trump moved the embassy to Jerusalem, they have been saying he is the second coming of Cyrus. Now, I know this sounds crazy. Hear me out for a second. Let's go to this. Congratulations, Trump. Make Israel great again. MIGA. That's right. MIGA. Cyrus the Great is alive. Interesting. Cyrus the Great is alive. Interesting. Another one. Cyrus the Great is alive. They are all over our greatest ally. These banners and paintings are hanging up all over the country. And if that's not enough for you, how about they minted a shekel with Donald Trump and King Cyrus, and across the top and across the bottom, the top is in Hebrew, the bottom is in English, it says, "And he charged me to build him a house in Jerusalem to fulfill 70 years. Now, hear me out for a second. What better way to play into an egomaniac that only cares about how he looks, his legacy, how he'll be remembered? What better way to do it than convincing him he is a biblical prophet that will be remembered for eternity? These people have played into Donald Trump's God complex so well that I honestly think they convinced him that he is the second coming of Cyrus. And he is a biblical prophet. And he will be remembered for all of eternity for being the one to usher in the Israelites to the motherland. So, we're going to watch this video. We'll see what you guys think. There we go.
Is Donald Trump Cyrus? Is this Bible prophecy? Israeli leaders, pastors, and rabbis are calling Donald Trump the new Cyrus. Isaiah named Cyrus by name 150 years before his birth. Now, billboards across Jerusalem declare, Cyrus the Great is alive, with Trump's image beside them.
We know that's true. I just showed you.
You will be shocked when you discover 6 findings that test whether this explosive comparison holds up to biblical scrutiny.
Shocked.
Number 1. Why so many people call Trump Cyrus? Before we examine the biblical validity of the Trump-Cyrus comparison, we need to understand why it exists. Because this isn't a fringe theory held by a handful of eccentric pastors. This comparison has been made by Israeli prime ministers, members of the Knesset, Israeli parliament, prominent evangelical leaders, messianic rabbis, prophecy teachers.
So basically, everybody from our greatest allies lobby, AIPAC, the Christian evangelical right, Turning Point, all of these people are convincing Trump that he is the second coming of King Cyrus, brought to this earth to return the Israelites to the motherland. But let's keep going.
With millions of followers, Israeli citizens who put up billboards across their nation. So let's examine what Trump has actually done that sparked this comparison, and who specifically has made it. Trump's actions that sparked the comparison. The Trump-Cyrus comparison didn't emerge from nowhere. It emerged from a series of unprecedented actions Trump took regarding Israel.
Unprecedented actions that Trump took regarding Israel. Well, I think we've all had a front row seat for Trump taking those unprecedented actions, considering he's putting our greatest ally over everything else.
That shocked the political world and thrilled many believers. 1. Jerusalem Embassy Move, December 2017. For decades, every U.S. president promised to move the American embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Every president, Republican and Democrat, backed down once in office due to international pressure and fear of regional instability.
Why do you think that would cause regional instability? I wonder.
Trump actually did it. On December 6, 2017, Trump announced official U.S. recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital. On May 14, 2018, the 70th anniversary of Israel's independence, the embassy officially opened in Jerusalem. Why does this matter prophetically? Because Jerusalem is at the center of biblical prophecy. Zechariah 12:2-3. Behold, I will make Jerusalem a cup of trembling unto all the people round about, when they shall be in the siege both against Judah and against Jerusalem. And in that day will I make Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all people. All that burden them. Is Donald Trump Cyrus?
I would say that Jerusalem has become a burdensome stone for all people. What do you say? But if that's not enough, let's go to this one.
President, you stand before the people of Israel not as another American president, but as a giant of Jewish history, one for whom we must look back 2.5 millennia into the mists of time to find a parallel, Cyrus the Great. You, President Donald J. Trump, are a colossus who will be enshrined in the pantheon of history. Thousands of years from now, Mr. President, the Jewish people will remember you. We are a nation that remembers.
Thousands of years from now, Mr. President, they will remember you. Is there a better way to manipulate a narcissist, egomaniac that only cares about how he looks and how he's remembered, other than telling him he is a biblical prophet? He is a tool that God has chosen to use to restore the Israelites to the promised land, to rebuild the third temple on the Temple Mount. Maybe that's why our policy has become our greatest ally first instead of America first. Because Donald Trump thinks he's been anointed by God to return them to the homeland. I gotta say, if that was their plan, to manipulate Trump into thinking that he is a biblical prophet, it was pretty smart. Because the guy is dumb enough to believe it, and he is that egocentric that he would feel like he is anointed by God. I gotta say, it was a great play. It was a great play, and it worked. Because he is a moron and dumb enough to believe it. And they found somebody that would do exactly what they wanted, with just a little bit of manipulation. And you got yourself a biblical prophet here to fulfill destiny. So, next time you're wondering why we're sending billions of dollars over there and we're funding a genocide and our economy is falling apart, gas prices are through the roof, inflation's through the roof, people can't afford houses, but they have free health care, free daycare, free college. I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this video. And I want you to realize that we have a president that is dumb enough to believe he was anointed by God to do what he's doing. Because when you think about it, maybe it makes a little bit more sense now why he's doing what he's doing. Maybe he's not being coerced. Maybe he's not under threat. Maybe he's just that stupid to think that God would pick him to do anything. Guys, my name is Ricky. This is Free Our Republic. Because as long as we keep selling our political seats to the highest bidders, we will never be free. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think of the video. Let me know if you think that Donald Trump was anointed by God. And I will see you on the next one.